cables or cranes. What we did is a very simple but extremely thoughtful thing, and it's very complicated math. Now, the height of the obelisk is about 200 feet. So what we do, our main architect or the chief architect of the temple will come and measure the axes in order to put the two pedestals on equal exact distances from the center axis of the temple. These two plots will be where they will build a huge underground platform to carry the excessive weight of the obelisk. And this would be built out of sandstone. Then they will bring in the pedestals. The pedestal, each one will weigh maybe 80 tons to 100 tons. How we're going to handle these things? First of all, the factor of manpower is by the thousands. But the technique, to bring a block like this, you need to roll it on tree trunks. But granite is a volcanic, hard, very dense stone and heavy. It's going to burn the wood. That's why we used to soak the wood in milk and we cover it and lubricate it with animal fat. So when you roll it under the granite, it wouldn't burn. So when you see the two pedestals, you built to the right from here a very long wall, equal about 300 times or 3 times the length of the obelisk itself. And another wall over there running parallel to the first one, trapping the two pedestals between. From each end, we seal the two walls, and these are good, strong, reliable mud brick walls, not thin walls. And when we seal the two ends, we equip this very big basin, which is now empty, with very soft and long ramps. And then the men, in hundreds or in thousands, will keep on coming, each one having a basket full of soft sand, and they dump it in. Basket after basket, man after man, the whole big pool that we built would be filled with soft sand. Then we tow the obelisks on either sleds or by just the smoothness of the granite, because nothing would harm the granite, especially if you roll it on mud brick. So when we roll these obelisks, we may need 2, 3, 4, 5,000 men. Again, all of them, none of them will be a working figure in the temple or even with the staff of the obelisk. All of them are the believers coming to help in constructing their own God's house. Very much like today, if your church would ask you to go and help, you will go and help. So you have 3, 4, 5,000 men all standing in very long files. Every 200 men has a chief. All of them are on several robes. All the robes are to come into a very big form that looks like a pyramid of robes, towing one obelisk up and then towing the other obelisk up. When we have the obelisk seated like that on the sand, here comes the tricky part. We need to make sure that when we break into the wall and the sand starts free-flowing, that the obelisk, we will break exactly from this point, which is in the center of gravity. Why? Because when the sand starts free-flowing, which part's going to go down? The heavy part, the base. So it will swing down. This swing alone is a very complicated math, because you cannot skip this pedestal by more than 1 inch plus or minus. You're not going to be dragging back and forth 660 or 300 tons. Multiplied by 600 tons. So the swing is very important to end up having the base of the obelisk seated on within the 2 inches groove on the pedestal. So we'll have 2 obelisks tilted like that, resting on the sand. So we have to tie them this time now from their better leverage point, the center of gravity up here. So we tie this obelisk to the twin sister, and the men will pull through a very complicated system of ropes and pulleys. And the pull is one strong straight pull all the way. They don't stop. So it will go up, 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 up till it sits. The minute it sits, they release all the ropes. So it stands by its own balance. Meaning what? Meaning that when you look from the top, the square is perfect, the base. And the exact balancing point is in the tip of the obelisk. If it's in half an inch away, the whole obelisk will tilt and fall. So this is an obelisk standing up on its own for 3,300 years. This one is Tutmosis' obelisk. But power to the ladies. Hatshepsut. Pair of obelisks each 660 tons. In reality, she wanted the 1,200 tons obelisks, but Senenmut could not finish it. That's why we'll visit it in Aswan. But he yet gave her two, each 660 tons. To give you an idea, this crane cannot handle it. This crane maximum capacity is 50 tons. Actually, no. So this crane can do anything to these objects. And they are standing by their own balance. We don't help them. Yes.
You see the sign thing at the desk? I did.
We don't like what we're doing, especially in this field.
But I didn't look again.
Okay, Lady Hatshepsut, the one and only female that ever usurped the throne of Egypt. Tomorrow we'll get to visit the temple and we'll discuss why she did that, how she did it, and for how long she did that. But right now we are amazed by this magnificent obelisk of hers, which actually once still erected and its twin sister was broken, yet we have the summit up. Hatshepsut, being a usurper of the throne, had to be punished by having her name removed everywhere. And by removing her name and removing her personally from the throne, that was the worst punishment she could get. But the pharaoh, her son-in-law Tutmosis III, who removed her name, could not touch the obelisks because of their divine importance. That's why he built a stone envelope around the obelisks, all the way to the top, hiding them in. So the factors of erosion took their toll on the stone envelope. When it was peeled, we found this beautiful, beautiful obelisk in a magnificent shape, weighing 660 tons, out of one piece of pink granite cut in Aswan, shipped all the way from Aswan to Thebes or Luxor and erected here. Now, the obelisk normally is divided into what we call three registers. The right side register, this is a repeated scene, all for God Amun Men, or God Amun Ra, the god of the temple. The center register, that's dedicated for all the writing, the inscriptions, and the dedication of the obelisk to God Amun. The left-hand side, that's a repetitive scene to the pharaoh. If you look to this pharaoh is a full masculine figure, but yet she is Hatshepsut. So what Hatshepsut did, that she cheated by putting herself on the throne as a male pharaoh. Okay? Now, please follow me towards the sanctuary. Written in here, these are the names of nations, kings, kingdoms, tribes.